me. They all try to convince me, but I still wear a smile on my face. A smile is just a start from a good, happy place. Hold on to possibilities of who you wanna be. What you see, what you believe will be your destiny. Like they say, everybody can take this ride. Sometime you must encourage yourself to live the good life. Everybody wants a good life. Yeah, a piece of pie. Good life. See, everybody wants the good life. The good life.
Hey. Hey, Lewis, I see you. Hi. I'm Musa Jackson, and this is Ambassador Digital Magazine Live. Wow. Wow. So this is our 1-year anniversary. I just gosh, just saying those words, I'm at a loss for words. But we're gonna have a nice show. We're gonna talk about what it's been. We started something at one of the craziest times in history, and we had no idea that it would just turn out the way that it did. I think we went on faith, but I'll talk a little bit about, how it began. I had an idea that I wanted to do a magazine. I'd worked for so many years doing different magazines, producing photo shoots. Some magazines, I've done, been producer for Essence and some Japanese magazine, Japanese Pen, oh my God, Heart and Soul, of course, Uptown Magazine, Spirit and Flesh, and magazines. And so I've been doing that, and always kind of had the idea that I wanted to put something together, do a magazine that would speak to everybody that I just cared about. I've been very blessed and had an amazing career and got to meet so many wonderful people. And, and I was kind of the common denominator between them. So unlike Essence, which is for women, or say GQ, which is for men, or I kind of had, or I don't know, an older magazine, I kind of had this way of bringing everybody together. So I said, how can we do this? And I said, well, let's do this magazine. Let me figure this thing out. And so I had this concept of what it would look like, what it would feel like. And along the way, I had met my creative director partner before. He had a great restaurant up in Harlem, and Peke, which I loved, beautiful restaurant. And didn't know he was a photographer. Went by one day and I was talking with my good girlfriend, Angelique Miles. And, when I have an idea, anybody that knows me, it's gonna happen. It's just the way I'm built. I'm a doer. Might talk, but I'm certainly a doer. And so he mentioned to me that, hey, I want to do this. He'd been shooting, and he showed me some incredible photographs. And I was like, and the minute I saw the photographs and saw him, I saw in the energy, I go with energy. I'm an energist. I'm a person, a spiritual person, but I go along with energy. That's just how I live my life. Anybody knows me, my favorite word is synchronicity. So we spoke, and I felt really good about it. Hence, we decided to get together, and in 2019, move forward with, doing some content, doing the prototype for maybe a few issues of the magazine, and pictures were sensational. and we were going to release it. We were going to release it in 2020. Figuring out how to do this magazine, a digital magazine that would be diverse and that would cross boundaries. And I'm going to say hi to everybody. I do see you guys popping up, and I can't wait for you guys to come on. Cross many boundaries. Wouldn't care about age or race or gender or sexuality. You just had to be fierce. You had to be interesting, and between the two of them, pulled out my Rolodex. We knew a hell of a lot of people. So we decided in March of 2020 that we would launch. And I knew it was going to be Ambassador Magazine. We figured it was Ambassador Magazine. And the title, known in Harlem as the Harlem Ambassador. And I knew that if I ever did a magazine, I definitely didn't want to be in it. And I realized that with just the title, that everybody that would grace the cover or be featured, to me, was an ambassador in their own right. Whatever they, everybody believes in something and is a champion of something, is an ambassador for what they believe in. So I knew that it was going to be pretty cool to kind of turn the tables. And so March came, I had a birthday, came back, did an event for Harlem Haberdashery, their annual ball. And by Monday, March 16th, I will never forget it, we went into a pandemic. And so everything went on pause. My life went on pause. The world went on pause. And I was depressed. I was thought nothing of the magazine at that point. I was thinking more of survival, thinking of my family, thinking of, livelihood, all those things that have been, disrupted, and was in the future. I mean, it was, as we all know, it was a crazy time. And I started losing people along the way. And me and Paul, where I think we were just kind of, both of us were just trying to figure out what to do. Exactly. The world was temporarily closed. And like I said, I was depressed. My mother was in the hospital. She'd gone into the hospital many times. My mother's elderly, so she was the perfect candidate for COVID. And so I was panicked out of my mind, helpless. My daughter with my ex-wife, I could not see them. I myself had at one point fainted and was, just in a pretty bad state. And I remember sort of thinking, I was praying, and I sort of said, what can I do? And I started to get these messages from really good friends of mine. And to tell you something, have great friends around you. Have people that believe in you. Have people that in the darkness will be your lantern. I got calls from people that said, what about the magazine? What about Ambassador? And at that time, our one of Harlem's great restaurateurs, who was also the president of the New York Hospitality Alliance, would become a star. She would be on every news organization rallying to keep the restaurants open. And she was on our cover, as God would have it. And I knew that was a sign from God, because I always wanted her to be the cover. When I thought of Harlem, Harlem is about comfort and love, and it might be about fashion, it might be about music, but it's certainly about family, and family is home and food. And so Melba graced our first cover. And the minute we put Melba on the cover, I knew we were onto something. And me and Paul, we didn't stop. We figured it out. We figured out how can we work. We had all these covers. We had shot all this content. So people in the industry were automatic. How the hell even shut down, Essence shut down, and here we are starting a magazine with these beautiful covers as if we were in a studio, but we had already shot them. We already had them in the can. Daniel Watts, who was the star of Tina Turner, the musical, as Ike. And Broadway had shut down. So now we were able to talk about Broadway. I had shot a cover, a photograph before, a great photographer that one of my proteges, Courtney, had shot one of Harlem's icons, Samuel Hargress, who would lose his life through COVID, during this time. And we had a beautiful picture of him. So we did a tribute cover. Everything seemed right. And then I got advice from my good friend Angelique Miles, the social media queen. That's our first cover. And she said, you're going to have to kind of do these covers, and you're going to have to launch it on TV, and you're going to have to be the host, and you're going to have to do this every week. And I'm like, well, I'm not a host. I'm the producer. I'm the editor-in-chief. I want to stay behind the scenes. That was the plan. And they said, you got to change your plan. So what happened was we created a format that no one had ever done before. Putting this on record. Paul and I created a format where we introduced cover reveals along with the star. And that would be something that was created during COVID for Ambassador. No one's still doing it. So I'm pretty sure you'll start seeing more people doing it. But it started here. And that's how it began. And I got out of my depression. My mother's doing well. My daughter's great. And, my ex-wife who was in the hospital, she's actually doing great. So everybody sort of came along. Like I said, I did lose people. And I'm going to bring on Paul in a minute because because most importantly is having a team and having someone who, really gets you. And one of the things I love about him, and I think why people say we work very well together, is he's who I'm not. He's what I need, meaning, so I'm great at certain aspects, very good at certain aspects. I, get all the talent. I understand. I'm good at hosting. I'm a writer, but that's what I did. And Paul is amazing photographer. He's great technically. I might be here, he's here, but we kind of balance each other out. He prefers, he's like, I always call my Paul Schaefer. He'll laugh about that, but I always figured that was like a sign too. Loves to stay behind the scenes. And even though I'm not, you might think I love to be in front. I don't. I just know it's necessary. And I think I can handle that. But here we are with this magazine. We have a lot of people that are coming on. I see so many beautiful people on the side. I'm going to say hi to everybody that I can and bring on some really wonderful people that want to say hi. But first, I have to bring on the most important person with Ambassador Digital Magazine and my dear friend, the creative director, I get to say, Paul, can we come on out? It's your turn. Hey.
Hey, thank you for that beautiful introduction. I'm usually behind the scenes and not really kind of getting the accolades and the love, but I do appreciate it. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yeah, thank you everybody who's tuning in tonight. We love you all for tuning in. And I have my little champagne. So I got to say first things first, we have made it a year. In a year, there's so much loss. We've had so much creation and so many great times. So I appreciate you doing this, and I'm grateful to be along for the ride. So thank you for creating this and having this idea. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you, Paul. Cheers. Paul. Now, Paul, Paul comes on and he's behind the scenes. I call him our wizard. Everybody loves Paul. And I said the 1 year anniversary, I want to talk. I'm going to talk to you, Paul.
Yeah.
And so, Paul, tell me, one of the
Wow.
things that about you in terms of your creative style. You do amazing photos. You seem, you really, I love your lighting. You capture. What is it? Now I'm interviewing you as a photographer. What is it about photography and that you love?
I think I just have always had a passion for it, a creative eye for it. My dad gave me a camera when I was maybe 8 years old, a Polaroid. And like, my brother ignored it and my cousins were like, not really like, we all just didn't care about it. But I took it up and I started shooting and I started like falling in love with the idea. And then the more I kind of like evolved into my art, I realized I just liked capturing memories of moments that weren't necessarily big moments, but were special and authentic. So I do think that's where the connection came from. And I didn't become a photographer until 2013. So I spent a good, 40 something years doing different things in technology and managing like, a lot of different things, but not photography was always a hobby, as everybody told me. And then finally, like I realized I just love this so much. And, I left everything I knew to stop my life as I knew it because I wasn't happy to pursue something that made me happy. And it was photography the whole time.
Yeah. I mean,
it was there the entire time. So,
yeah. Literally when we started Ambassador Magazine, you were at the, just closing a restaurant. Remember Peke?
Yeah.
People know you from Peke on 145th
Street.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to Harlem's like kind of legacy of amazing, intimate, music-based restaurants. So yeah, it was a great experience. I definitely loved what I did there. But I always had a passion for photography, even when I was running a restaurant and doing jazz nights and doing music nights and doing all this fun stuff in the community and like being a part of like that experience because I grew up in Harlem, obviously. So, giving back in my own community was special, but nothing can replace like shooting people in Harlem, shooting members of the community, locally, and obviously like fabulous folks from all over, but who live in Harlem. So there's nothing like that feeling, as you know, as a Harlemite, kind of like, we bleed Harlem, so it's nice to kind of give back.
Yeah. And then we start this magazine, remember with Melba, we had shot Melba, we shot Daniel, we had Daniel, we have Ephraim eventually coming up. We had that in the can. And then we just kind of what people understand, we just, COVID and then obviously the whole thing with George Floyd and that heightened everything in terms of just how we were presenting ourselves and what the time that we were living in. And we kind of created this sort of really, I feel, a really safe environment for creatives because, we were doing the protocol with the testing and just, and the masks and people would come and shoot with us. A very small, at that point, a really small, tight, hey, Tamiko, a really small crew. You know what I mean? And fantastic. You know what I mean? Just what we were pumping out, but it really was something that,
I agree. Like, and kind of to me, it proved in many ways like that you don't need a lot of space to create art in, and you don't need a lot of money to create art. You definitely, want to like be inspired to do it from the right places. So I do think, your vision and your commitment to like finding people and like getting these amazing artists to come basically like, shoot and get a cover and like, let me do more work and create these incredible images. And so I feel like, it was definitely like reminded me of that kid when I was like 8 and had a Polaroid and just had my dog or myself. And like, you could just do a lot with natural light, a lot with like one light. It wasn't like we needed a big, huge studio somewhere. Like we didn't have to go to Milk Studios. We could like shoot in my home studio. We could shoot on the streets of New York and just kind of create incredible images. And obviously as we grew and brought in like other amazing photographers, like Courtney and Frank and Reese and you name it, and like all these amazing photographers. It just was like it's a great thing to be a part of because it's just growing. But the original idea never changed, to just celebrate folks we love in a way that is meaningful and that resonates.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to grab. I see Shireen. While we grab, we could, I see a lot of love. I'm going to just go down to Miko. Thank you, Tiffany. I saw you a little earlier. Greta, Courtney. We'll see you a little bit later. Talk to you, Lewis, of course. I see a lot of our cartoon. Greg, thank you. I know Elizabeth is. He has not been on Facebook. Just want to give a real shout out. She's hearing this, Elizabeth. She's done it through YouTube since day one. And so anyway, just want to say shout out to her. So we want to grab, because people want to say give us some love, and I want to hear from them as well. I know their time they came through. So Shay, I see you, sweetie. Can we grab her?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Welcome to Shay. Yeah, of course.
Welcome. This is
congratulations.
We're going to do that.
So Musa, I did not know I was going to be on camera. I thought you were just inviting me to join the party. And I was like, oh my God. I'm so excited for you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And Paul, I did not know you were not a career photographer. That is so fantastic to hear that you, this is kind of your second journey.
Good one.
I love that. And your pictures are beautiful.
It really is. It's been a
wow.
Thank you. Yeah, I love shooting with you. And God, it was an amazing day. Yeah, your shoot was incredible. It was actually like, I think it was my first shoot. It was my first shoot on the streets, like back out on location, because everything before that had been in studio. So you were the first on location shoot during COVID. We were really nervous and kind of, having to like be very careful. But like, Lewis was amazing, and everyone made us feel comfortable, and Courtney was there to help. And so it was a great day, and the shots speak for themselves.
Oh, it was beautiful. We get so many compliments. His green suit pops off on that cover, and my dress, everything was just beautiful. So I'm so excited to be part of the Ambassador family. And thank you, Musa, for repping Harlem and always doing such a great job. And, walking into your vision, we talked about it. And every time I see it, it gets better. So I'm so happy that, and like I told you, I hope this is everything you wanted, because it's definitely everything you deserve.
Well, thank you so much, sweetie. I just want to say to you, that's their beautiful cover, Guy and Shay Wood, is that Harlem Empire. Is, when I thought about the magazine, Shay, and I knew I wanted to definitely, obviously highlight, all of us, we're all Harlemites, right? Mm-hmm. We come from such a treasure trove of amazing people. And this is my passion, what I love to do. I mean, we're in our element here, highlighting. I can't get enough of highlighting wonderful people. And you guys were like, when I made my list, it was just like you were on my list. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it wasn't even a thought. It was a matter, like you said, COVID. I mean, we were just trying the logistics of trying to get to you. And the timing, of course, and then your own situation, what's going on in your. So there was always those little hurdles we had to have. But once we got you guys, and we got to shoot you, and the beautiful pictures just really captured, and then the beautiful video that Josh did is just a part of, it's a part of our history. Yes. It's a part of the makings of this incredible journey for us. So
yes, and we cannot forget Courtney's beautiful black and white shots, which are fantastically displayed in my house. So I'm so appreciative of the art. Thank you for amplifying Harlem and all the good people that I know and love that are part of our family, but are still entrepreneurial and doing their own things. And so we really do have to work together to showcase the best. And so I can be friends, but I can also be fans of my friends, because I'm so proud of the work that everyone is doing. So I'm always glad to work, with my friends so that other people can see how great they are.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on and giving us love. Much love to you, Guy. Also, Harlem Haberdashery, congratulations on your on the water now. You have they have a what's the name of the water again? Shay?
Marvelous water, bottled alkaline water. You can stop by Harlem Haberdashery. But I'm gonna pop on Facebook really and watch it so I can watch it in real time.
Okay, thank you so much.
Continued success. Love you guys.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I see someone peeking, and I just got to grab them because I know as a mom, as a mother, you know, with my daughter, I know their time. I don't know what's going on over there. I see her eating. Are you ready or no?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah, I'm eating, but I'm ready.
She wants to say hi. This is Crystal, my ex-wife, like best friend, the mother of my our beautiful soon-to-be 15-year-old daughter, who's a staunch supporter of all of us. So I want to thank you, Crystal, for just being here.
Oh, I couldn't miss this. It's been a year. I'm so stinking proud of you. Number one, yes, you started this during COVID. The number two is you had so much, what do they call it? Content. Remember when you were this was just like, you were like, wait a second, I think I can do something with this. I'm like, what is he going to be able to do with it?
Yeah. I
knew you'd do something, but wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And
love you so much. Jay, come on in, honey. Put your top on just real quick. I mean, her
make sure you put your top on.
Her jacket.
Okay. I'm like, this is live, you know, this is real, guys.
I know.
But I just want to thank you so much for Crystal for getting me through these times. You know, you above everybody else knows what it was like and what we were going through. I mean, it's interesting now that we've come through COVID, right?
Right.
But we were in the midst of it. You know what I mean? Having to just kind of put on a good face, knowing that you were in the hospital.
Yeah.
And that mom was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And you were both just like, you know, you can't stop. You got to keep going. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I appreciate you so much and love you for that. That's my daughter.
There she is.
See, really? Hi. I love you.
Love you too.
That's it.
She's real talkative. No, tell Dad you're proud of her.
I'm really proud of you, and this is your 1-year anniversary, which is like crazy how 1 year went by so fast. I remember when you first started, and I was like, I didn't expect this to grow to this extent, but then I did expect it to be really great. So I'm really proud of you for creating this brand and doing so much amazing things with this brand and how much it's grown. So
appreciate that, Jim. Thank you so much, both of you. I love you both.
We love you. Congratulations. Woo, woo. I would have some champagne, but we're gonna have some Kool-Aid. No, some vitamin water. Some vitamin water.
Yeah.
And we'll do a toast to you.
Okay, I love you both. Thank you so much.
Mwah.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Love you to the
okay. Hey, Paul.
That was beautiful. Yeah. I mean, her love is like so beautiful. The both of them are gorgeous.
Thank you. It's so cool. You know, we did some stuff, man. I mean, we went through, you know, thinking back on some of the covers that we worked on, and you know, just getting to those stages, and also the timing, dude. Like, one of the things about it was just what was going on at current events. You know, it's hard to look. I mean, it's easy to look at it now, but at the moment of when we were doing it.
Candy paint.
You want to play it?
I'm playing it right now, like, so you can kind of talk about it. Yeah, but like, yeah, this was like this is the year.
Yeah, it was just one of those years where, I mean, and then we had Black Lives Matter with and what was going on in Harlem. They had the Black Lives mural that came out, you know.
Right.
That was crazy. And just the timing of that, And
we went to one of the first or second protests together. Remember?
yeah, we went to the protest.
I mean, I was really active at the protest.
You were very active, dude.
And so I was there like the second night and on, consistently. But like I remember we went to the third day, and yeah, I remember seeing you out there, and like we all kind of just knew this was important to be there and to lend our voices and our bodies and our spirits to like what was just an incredibly pivotal moment in, I think, the social history and the kind of racial justice history of our country. So I think our magazine. I like to think of the work that you're doing and we're doing, and like that we'll continue to do is to continue to celebrate the community we're a part of. So I think that being there made a lot of sense, and it felt right, and it continued to feel right the entire time last summer. So, and we obviously you were very vocal and really us kind of very vocal advocate for Black Lives Matter, for social justice, for change, for holding people accountable, and making sure that you knew where Ambassador magazine stood, maybe where other magazines weren't really so kind of consistent in their message. They were maybe optimizing themselves for like a black square and a cover post, but not really like, considering the real lives that are affected by the racial injustice in America. And you were really consistently about drilling that message home. And I think that was, something that came out of the time, but it was like, I know that won't change no matter how big we get. It'll still be a part of how we deliver covers, how we think about and consider people in celebrating them.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Paul, if you think back at the genesis of that, was that the platform StreamYard where we're on, and then just the whole idea of having sort of like the talk show aspect of it. And how could we ignore, how could we sort of like say, hey, here's a cover with this person and they're doing great things, and sort of then the following week, George Floyd was killed, was murdered. As a black person, as a brown person, as being a human person, it was like, we're going to do something that no one is doing, is combine the two and just be real with it, be authentic with it. And I said to you before, I said, dude, I was nervous. Remember, I was like, I'm not a journalist. How do I do this?
Yeah.
You were just like, Musa, Paul, you're good with conversation. Okay. All right. I'm a conversationalist, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah. If that'll help you.
I mean, I think that's great. Like, I do think, I remember a friend of mine, like, she was an activist, and I met a lot of great activists in the process of being a part of the protest and being in the movement and knowing folks who are out there doing the work. She said, of last year, she said, I will judge you not by what you did in November, December, January, February, but what you did in June of last year. Because June really was like the focal point, the place where like the conversation that needed to be had was being had. And if you weren't in that conversation or supporting that conversation or listening to that conversation, then I really know who you are. And I think that was a beautiful way to think about last year in 2020, that, in June, all our covers, all our interviews, all our posts, every opening segment was continuing to drive on the message that enough is enough. And like, we need to pay attention to this and lend our voices and lend our spirits to like changing, what is like essentially a racist country into something that feels more equitable and more just for Black and brown folks, and for transgender folks, and for Asian folks, and for everybody, just because like, it's been like a long time coming. So it was great to be a part of that in June, especially.
Yeah. In June, interesting you mentioned June. What we were able to do in June, we had Tracy Africa Norman. We had Adrian Alicea, Ramon Hervey, and Brad Leonard, all so diverse. I remember with Brad specifically as a white father who's raising Black children in Harlem. And I remember saying to him, he's a friend of ours, friend of mine, great interior designer. And I said, Brad, is it okay? I need for you to sort of just take it out of just interior design. We're in a moment now where, we've got to talk. And he said, oh, no. he said, "Oh no, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about what it's like. I'm raising two Black children. You know, I have a point of view and I'm an ally.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be that." And he was fantastic. He was, you know, it was moments like that
He really was.
he was fantastic.
I remember.
And
that.
I was, remember that? The way
Yeah, he really was. He really was.
He went off. And I was like, and I said, you know, this is what we need. And I knew then that even the cover features that might have been about, he designed homes for Jennifer Aniston, could be humanized still in that. And that's what made it so much. That's why I said this is a good thing we have. We can continue with this messaging. And then we went into then you know, there are people. I see one that I would love to. I'm going to bring on in like 2 seconds. Who always thought of her. I said, wow, she's beautiful. You know, she's got the body of life. The most incredible attitude I've ever met, and just so inspirational. And I remember when I gave her a call. I've known her for years. I mean, a billion years. And I gave her a call, and I was like, "Hey," I said, "Hey." She's like, "Hey, oh my God, I love what's going on." And I said, "Oh, you do? Okay, because I want you on the cover."
Mm.
And
Yeah,
like,
I remember that. Yeah.
"Huh?"
Yep.
She said, "Me?" She said, "Oh my God," with all that energy, all that fierceness and fabulousness. "Yeah, let's do it." And it was the best shoots, one of the funnest shoots. She is part of our, she's part of our opening, you know, great cover, best time. It was one of those fabulous shoots. It was one of those magical shoots. She's a magical woman, and she's here, and she's looking amazing. She is an age-defying beauty. And she has a program every Wednesday. It's called Raw. And we can even talk about that a little bit, how, you know, things just happen, I think, and things don't just happen. I think, you know, we're all in spaces now where I think our creativity is just exploding. And where, you know, we're making things happen. Everybody's doing it, you know, for themselves. And so I want to bring on our cover. She's a cover star for us as well. And I would love to bring on the beautiful, fabulous, fierce, the greatest trainer in the world, Casey Duke. Can we get her? Casey!
Wow! Oh my God, what an introduction.
You know.
Oh my goodness. Woof. I thought I was late. Oh my goodness. I was so beautiful. You said I'm beautiful. I'll just finish working out. But I am here to celebrate this anniversary with you guys. And I am so proud of you and so proud to be a National Magazine cover. You guys, you know, my heart.
Yeah.
Just keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you. You have been so supportive of us.
Thank you, Casey.
Casey, we love you. We love you to death. You have been so supportive of us. She's like, even after a cover, she comes on, she, you know, watches our program, says what's up. She's just like, she's the ultimate cheerleader. And we see you, you know, we totally see you. And you know, I'm grateful to know you. So
and I to you, and it's amazing. I always say, and I love it when I can witness, you know, someone's greatness. And you guys, I see you, and I witness your greatness, and it has been an amazing year. You guys have done things that, you know, you started the whole thing. I mean, everybody, you know, they can try to do it, and I hope that they will, because everybody should try to do whatever their heart's desire. But you're definitely, you know, that role model for, you know, for just being fearless and doing something different. And it's always positive. You know, there's a lot of shows out there that are, you know, they're fighting amongst themselves and they're like, blah, 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 and it's all this stuff. But it's always a love fest, and it's always interesting, and it's always about uplifting that person that you have on the cover and giving us a moment to just to share and to make us feel so special. And so, because some of us, we work so hard, and sometimes, we just don't always get the stuff that we really were hoping for. You just make us feel like so loved. So I thank you both so much.
You're very welcome. And it's well deserved. I mean, your cover's amazing and the shoe was incredible. And as I will say this, I have to admit, I don't often know the people that Musa, says, oh, we're gonna be shooting, Casey Do. And I said, okay, that sounds great. But I always know when Musa brings somebody to the forefront, there's somebody who deserves to be in that spotlight and may have been working their ass off, and everyone knows them, but nobody's necessarily celebrated them with a cover. And that's really the difference, I think, for us. And Musa made sure that we obviously had a fabulous location, your home, and you were such a gracious host, who you are, and it's become like a friendship that started off with a good idea. So I do appreciate you just being who you are and letting us into your home and celebrate you with what I think are beautiful photos. And I know that we'll always look at these and remember these good times with Steven on the hair and just so many kind of amazing.
Cedric, Steven. Oh my God. It was so great.
Edwin.
Oh my God.
Memsor, who's style.
Memsor, that's right. Oh my goodness, it was such an amazing day. And Josh. And it was one of those moments that it was very magical.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. And when you said, get up on this table on my cocktail table, and I was like, what? And I was about to have surgery, and so I was like, oh shucks. Wait a minute. Had I had my hip replacement surgery? I think I did.
I think you had the surgery.
Yeah, you did.
That's right. And surgery, what? It was like surgery, it never even happened, because it was the energy and getting up on that table. And I went 25 floors up on my deck.
Right.
I was like, these people are crazy. But boy, was it fun. It was so much fun. Oh gosh, such great memories. And thank you so much. I needed it after hip replacement, and it was don't cry for me, Argentina, because I wore that hip out in the best of ways. I mean, between dancing and running and everything, I wore that bitch out. And I'm about to wear this titanium one out too.
I love it. And I will say, just to kind of remember where we were at that time, it was still COVID, obviously high COVID. We were all really but none of us, I don't think, had a moment like that of community, of creation, of being around people to do a shoot. It hadn't happened in a long time. And it was really beautiful to see how open you were to the process, and that I was feeling things jump on a table and put you here, and so you were open to the process. That's just who you are as a person. And I always thank Musa for I always say Musa finds every perfect ingredient and then lets the recipe happen, and lets me kind of do the thing that I do. And I love that kind of combination, because it's always everyone is perfectly suited for the job of helping to create images. And it's not even just with me, it's with every shoot.
So true.
Thank you.
Perfect. Everybody was on that same trajectory, and it always brings you to the point that when you have lived a full life and a good life, and you're willing to just constantly, reinvent yourself and look for the grace and the goodness and not give up, and all of a sudden you meet these people who are on the same trajectory, and it's magic. It's just everybody came together. We were all on this idea of making something happen in the middle of a pandemic. And it was 99 degrees outside, and we had a little breeze, just so we need the breeze for the dresses, and just beautiful around the Hudson Yards area. It was nobody bothered us. Even when they did bother us, they were oh, okay. And Musa was let me call up the head of our Time Warner, and they were you can't shoot him. He said, give me a second. He's can I speak to so and so and so? Right. I said, okay, it's fine. I was Magic. So it was like everything just comes together, you know, with you guys, and you can see that you're on the right trajectory. And the people who say, "Oh, I don't have time. I'm sorry. You know, I don't know if I can do a cover." But the people who do, you notice that. You notice that this love fest, this good energy, this not being afraid to you know, maybe we haven't had everything didn't go right in our lives at one point, and we're all kind of struggling through, but we're there to support each other and create something. And that's the magic that Ambassador Magazine I feel is the strongest point, is that you bring people together and you give them this, you come into this magical moment, and it just works.
Thank you, Casey.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for coming through and
My
sharing.
pleasure.
And you know, and I said to you before, I got to have you back.
I can't wait till I get another cover though.
You do.
Listen to me. Let's talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Listen to me. Can we talk?
We can talk. We can talk. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you plugging raw. I appreciate that you'll have me back. And
Yes.
I just appreciate you guys, and amazing success, love and light. You know, God is great all the time, and you guys have the God force. May the force stay with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Casey. Appreciate you.
See you soon. See you soon.
Bye, you little cuties.
So wait, I can't see down. Wait, let me see. What's that?
We got a few folks in the waiting room, but let me know.
Yeah, grab them. Who is that on the bottom? My screen.
I've got Dawn Marie Haynes sitting there. Courtney is patiently in the waiting room, and I also have Reese.
Okay, all right. Let's bring on Dawn.
Okay.
On Dawn, because hey Dawn.
Hi.
Dawn. Okay, Dawn.
Oh my God! We all wish we could be there.
Well, you know, it was one of those days where, you know, you just have to lay out by the pool, have a little cocktail, and I knew what I had to do at 4 o'clock, honey, was be on the show.
Oh, thank you,
Hi.
Dawn.
I love it.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Dawn. I want to say first off, thank you so much for being on our cover. You know, we love you. Thank you for just all the energy, and hopefully we talked about doing some other things going forward that we can maybe unveil shortly, and let's leave that for an unveiling.
Okay.
But you know, I just thank you so much for you and what you bring to just who you are. It was important for me when I saw you. I said, "Oh my God!" She was like, "Hey, you know, basically just kind of give me a shout out." Remember that?
I remember.
And I was like, wait, what do you mean shout out? You're doing a cover feature. And she was like, she went, cover feature? And I was like, yeah. Because I know, see, she's a stylist of the stars, celebrity, every celebrity known to man, and used to putting them on covers.
Yes.
And that was
well, you know, the funny
right.
The funny thing, I'm going into the house real quick because my battery's running low. So the funny thing is, when you said that, I thought you wanted me to style somebody.
See?
Yes. So that was what was the crazy thing. I
That's
was like,
funny.
Well, who do you want me to style?
Yeah, we wanted to give you flowers. We wanted to say, no, this is your work, a culmination work. And I love the fact that, Dawn, that you had made this transition into building homes. So that was the story right there for me. I think we lost Dawn, but let's get, that's her beautiful, beautiful cover. Hey, Dawn, I see you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so, you know.
That cover was fierce. Let me tell you something. I got so much love from this cover. And when you say thank you to me, I have to tell you that I am forever grateful and forever in debt to you, because you brought so much life back into, you know, just my brand, and me knowing that, you know, there are so many people out there who gave me kudos and commented and left messages in my DMs about how they've been following my career and how I inspired people. And, you know, you forget sometime, you know, as you go through life, like, yeah, I did that. Now I'm doing this. But you brought so many people back into my life that I had not heard from in so long. So I want to say thank you for giving me my flowers while I am alive, honey, because that is the greatest gift, to acknowledge someone while they're here.
That's what's
Absolutely.
up.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for. I want to give a big shout out
to
I want to give Reese Sherman,
Reese Sherman, Rico Jackson, Little John,
Mark Littlejohn.
And I can never say her name, the makeup artist.
Well, you know what? Why don't we ask Reese? Okay. Hey, Reese.
We got Mark.
We got Mark in the back.
And we got Jamar.
His twin.
His Siamese twin.
Beautiful. So gorgeous. Okay.
Oh, happy 1 year anniversary.
Yes, happy 1 year.
So this is so dope. They came to me by way of, and where is he? Is he on here?
Is he there?
Stephen Rice. My baby.
Don't see Stephen here. I don't see him.
Stephen, but we don't see you.
Yeah,
you know,
come into the kitchen. Hey, Terry's there.
If you can't,
Terry, there you are.
Where's who? Oh, Terry.
I'm gonna jump out for a second. A lot more.
Give me a shake. Give me a shake, Terry. Come on. Yes. Okay. And you know, that's what I love when Stephen introduced us to Reese and I saw his amazing work. And it was just like, that's Ambassador Digital Magazine's creative team in Los Angeles. The same energy that we have here. And it's about creativity. It's about love, getting the shit done. Let's be fierce. Let's make some fierce images. Let's just let's just do it. Create stuff. And since we work together, we have done so much good shit, yo. In a year.
Hey, Reese is incredible.
Right? Reese is bomb. Reese is amazing. He gets a little, I don't know if it's shy.
I think he's humbled. And I think
he's very humble, for a fact.
That's the beauty about him. He is.
Yeah.
We love some Reese. Ooh, do we love some Reese?
Love.
Not here.
So
thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah. We appreciate you, honey.
You guys are wonderful. Oh, cheers.
Yeah,
thank you. But no, I'm as good as the team that's around me, and all you guys have been wonderful. And thank you for trusting in me and what my art I wanted to put out there and making it come to life, like all you guys that's right here, right now with me.
Right.
And Musa, and you have even sat there and edit pictures with me and make sure it was the right ones for covers and stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. And allowing all of us to be on the work and put covers out there for you. That's
right.
I got so many covers now. It's starting off my career.
You know, if I could say something about that, I'm glad Dawn's here.
Yeah.
I've been in the business for so long. It's 38 years.
Yes.
And 38 years. And so, and you know what? This is a legacy that you're building.
Absolutely.
Where we are right now, I kid you not, in 5 years, it's just going to blow your mind.
Yes.
When you look back on it.
Right.
So that's
get into existence, honey. I love it.
All of you. As we grow,
Ambassador.
we're growing together. We're growing together. That's what it's, it's about growing together. It's about supporting everybody's brand. It's about brand integration. When we do these shows, and matter of fact, I want to say this. Thank you, Debonair Men. They make good underwears, honey.
Oh, nice.
London Reese, send me some underwear. It's beautiful black brand, okay?
Yeah.
But
Musa, let me say something about Reese, because I'm glad you brought up the fact that I represented photographers for many, many years. We shot Queen Latifah, we've shot Quincy Jones and Usher and Common and Luda. I've had a lot of photographers that have been part of my camp, and I've been on a lot of sets. But one thing I could say about about Reese is this guy really, he reeks passion, and you want to perform for him. You know, when you're in front of his lens, you want to shine because you know that he's bringing 200%, and his effervescence, his glow, his light just shines on you. So you want to shine back and emulate what he's giving to you. So I'm so thankful for that introduction.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you, Don.
That was beautiful.
I mean, yeah, that
was
really
great.
was. And I guess it also rubs off for the team behind me as well, everybody. And there goes the person who got me started.
Hey! So,
can I
Steven,
just shout out to Paul as well? Thank you, Paul, for those covers and making them look so nice, the writing and everything. Yes. I thought you were here. I thought I saw it.
so listen, guys, there's a few more that we got to.
Hi, Steven.
Steven, a moment
Thank
here.
you, Steven.
Hi.
Steven, hey.
How's it going?
It's going. It's going.
Yeah, hi, Reese.
Hey, baby. This incredible hairstylist.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I'm so glad this has all worked out for you guys on the LA side of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it sure did.
It
It's
was
all because of you.
because of you, baby. I just want to say something to you guys. Thank you so much. You know, I love you all. I want to make sure that I'm looking at the time and people that are here that wanted to say give love, and this is over. We'll be seeing each other. I'll be seeing Reese next week.
You said,
I'll be seeing you next week.
oh, good. Really? You coming out?
That's the next one.
Oh, okay. The next one. Okay.
Right.
Catching up.
You know what I mean? So, but I want to make sure people get to say hi.
Come here,
And
quick.
so, Dawn, I will speak to you
Look at who just walked
soon.
in.
I thank you so much. I love you to death. You know that, and I'm staying with you.
Love you, Don.
I love you guys. Bye.
Okay.
Love you,
I
Love you guys. Bye.
love you. Love you. Love you. So, Stephen,
Thank you, Musa.
Stephen, thank you, Terry. Thank you. Well, you're a part of the family. So I'll be
I
seeing
love you
too.
guys. Thank you for having me be part of it.
All right,
Because
well,
I love and happy anniversary, honey. You so deserve this.
oh, thank you.
Seriously, I'm blessed to be a part of
100%.
all of it. Yes,
Thank you, baby.
keeping you in my prayers, honey. And I wish you the best. Okay.
Thank you. Well, we'll be seeing more of you. So I'll see you soon, honey. All right. So I want to let's bring up Courtney as well. Courtney and Steven. Where did Steven go? Steven? Hey,
Hi.
you guys. So
Hi.
listen, I got to
Hey
say
guys, what's going on?
really quickly
Hi.
here. And I also, before I even say this, I got to give she's not with us right here, but I got to give a shout out to Kevin McQueen.
Yes.
We love Kevin McQueen. He was there
Yes.
for us. He's one of the most amazing makeup artists in the world. I've been fortunate enough to know him forever. He came on board, no questions asked. He lost people that were so dear to him, and he still was there for us. So I have to just say, Kevin, if you're watching, and if you watch this, know that as you know, I love you. I just love you so much and all of your brilliance, and thank you. You are here with us in spirit, okay? So I just want to say that to you when you watch this, all right? From the team here, our family, the team here at Ambassador. But I'm glad I have these two right here in front of us, in front of me and Paul, because, you know, when we look at our team and people that, you know, just you call them and they're like, hey, I'm here. And Paul and I will say without a shadow of a doubt, if we call Steven, we call Courtney, who's done incredible covers. I've been so blessed to see, his career start. You know, that's a whole nother show. But see Courtney's career blossom. He's an amazing photographer, and Steven is just you know, you're magic. You're magic.
Thank you. And so are you guys. I feel honored, to be honest with you, because You know, you work with people all the time, you know, whatever you're doing, whatever projects. But to just have being accomplished with so much love and passion and to celebrate people, it's just nothing but an honor. It's just an honor. And I'm gracious and grateful.
Thank you.
We appreciate you so much. So I mean, the two of you, but especially Stephen, you're like the kind of magic fairy dust on every single shoot that we ever had. So you're gonna you create like everything magical around us just by being yourself and like letting us kind of know that you're there for us and whatever we need. And if we think we want to change this or that, you kind of jump right. You don't question it. You just kind of okay, let's do that differently. Let's fix this. Let's fix that. So I think that kind of spirit of like serving the greater good of like getting a beautiful image is what makes it happen. And I wish everybody could learn from you. And I hope someday you do like a master class, because I feel like what you do is so low key that everyone might miss it, but it's so essential as a photographer to kind of have someone there who is also kind of like working with you to deliver, in every way, like just keeping the spirits in like a positive direction. And also like knowing your skills so well that you don't sweat, your ego's not in it. And that's a beautiful place to be as an artist, where your ego's not in it in a way that is going to take away from team collaboration.
Thank you. Beautiful. I appreciate that. I work very hard on just not bringing that to anything that I do. It's more about the authenticity of the work, and that's what I'm all about. I'm a cheerleader.
It comes through. Way more than that. Way more than that. So thank you. And yeah, Courtney, like just
thank you.
Honestly, like you just when you showed up, you were like assisting, and I was like, oh, he's gonna do BTS, and then like boom comes out with like the Ginsu sword, and you're like a samurai master of like your craft. Like you like tore up Cody and Chika, and you made like Rebecca Moses covers over. And I'm like grateful that you're a part of the team, and it just goes to show you like you never know who you're dealing with in terms of like the creative team. So you just show everybody respect and give everybody the room to kind of be who they are, and never like I hope I never ever will talk down to anybody or like treat anyone as less than, because everyone who's there every time we shoot is part of that journey with us. But your artistry speaks for itself, and you're going to have an amazing career.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
Yes, beautiful.
I agree 100%.
I just want to say something to you guys. Big shouts to everyone that sort of played a stitch together in this big sweater, I should say. You know what I mean? A piece of thread to this big sweater of the magazine. Over here, LA, just everybody, the models, the subjects, everybody. I want to say to the New York team, when that first day we came out to, you guys invited me to shoot Guy and Shay. Musa said something about being depressed. I was depressed as well, and as we connect through experiences and like emotions. So I didn't know that until later, but he pulled me out of. You guys helped pull me out of that through art. So it was actually a beautiful experience for me to come on board. And each one of you guys' energy is always pure. You guys always pour like positive and encouraging liquids into my cup of artistry. Love you guys, and I'm glad to be a part of this. Man, I know I have a lot of growing to do, but it's a beautiful thing to just be a part of this, man. Like I learned from all of you guys, like seriously. I had never assisted a photographer, so me doing that, it taught me a lot, and I just love being a part of the magic, man. I'm not gonna do my long speech. I'm gonna let you guys talk, and I'll chime back in. You know what I mean? But happy anniversary, like Tony. You know what I mean? This is our anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you both. I see. Who else is down there? Was there Lewis?
It's gonna be Lewis might be here. I don't know. Let's see.
I didn't see. Is there someone else? I think
Lewis is in the audience. He's in the room.
Okay, well, Lewis,
Reese is still there.
Well, Lewis, thank you so much. Lewis Johnson, thank you so much for everything, for being so amazing, helping us. He did amazing with Marcus, and of course, Guy and Shay, Marcus Samuelson, one of the great stylists and now the mayor. Okay, mayor of Harlem. I had to put you on the spot, baby. He knows me. So thank you so much as always. I love you, bro. And just I want to go down and thank you to, obviously to Reese and his team out there. I want to say thank you to James L. Hicks in Atlanta. Amazing out there. They do incredible work. We thank you so much for the covers and just the team that you've been able to put together when we're out there. Also, thank you to Frank Lewis. He did an amazing job for us with Alvin Clayton Fernandez, as well as Brad Johnson covers. Diane Alford, she did amazing covers, and the legendary photographer Mark Baptiste. He did a self cover along with Epperson and Tracy Africa Norman. So I want to say thank you to them, and just thank you to all of the creators that have been there for us. You know, we don't take anything for granted. There's so many amazing designers, so many Black designers of color that have come on board for us. Like I said, creative teams in LA, Dorico, Manu, Chad. I'm going to say Chad came on board. So I'm thanking you so much. You know, if you hear me say your name, and thank you to all of our cover stars that have come on board. You can go back onto our website at ambassadordigitalmag.com to see all their stories, hear all their interviews, see their amazing photographs. Obviously, follow us on YouTube and Facebook at Ambassador Digital Magazine, as well as IG, Ambassador_mag. So you can see all these amazing people that have come on board. I can name all of them by name, and I probably missed one, and that would be horrible. So I'm saying thank you to all of you. And, you know, we don't take any of that for granted. And we're looking forward to what's to come. You know, we have a lot of wonderful things that the magazine's growing. And so we're looking at, this is going now into our second year. And so we're looking at that, right? I can't even believe it's like second year, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. You know,
about that. Yeah.
Right. It's walking. Paul, it's walking. It's walking.
It is. It's kind of like, it's definitely a beautiful thing to watch it grow. So thank you all for being a part of it. I appreciate it too. We definitely have a cover to debut that kind of shows off the year in review in not everything, but a lot of highlights. And obviously, like, you know, it's a cover of covers. So I don't know if we're ready for that, but I would want to toast. I don't have where's my glass?
We're going to do one last toast, you guys.
Yeah.
I got my Prosecco over here.
I got my little rose cava here, and
cheers.
So I will let you. Yes.
Cheers to you, Paul.
Thank you.
And I thank you, Paul. You have been amazing. You're amazing to work with. I think sometimes people don't know. It's definitely a partnership. Sometimes I'm here, and Paul, I'm low. Paul can bring me up. Sometimes I'm a little high strung. He can level me off. But I think what we have together is a respect level. I really respect you. I respect what you do. I love you and respect what you do without question. And other further ventures of yours, you know? So
yeah,
I love that. I love because you're a creative human being. You're creative. And that's what this is about.
Yeah. And I feel like this journey has been amazing. I thank you for that.
Yeah, so that will come.
Yeah.
And so we have a cheers, and like I said, once again, thank you to and I want to give I think we keep our glasses raised. I want to thank our audience. I want to thank our supporters that have watched our show, that follow us, that talk about us. They've sent us so many well wishes. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You know, that has really been just what keeps us going at times. So we love you. We're going to continue to do this, and this is all for you. You are the ambassadors.
Absolutely.
So, with that said,
yeah,
show them a something, Paul.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm gonna have a little toast first. Have a little toast to that beautiful toast. Thank you for your kind words, and to like everybody, I thank you. And yeah, I got a cover here for you. So there's a great saying. I'll put it on cover right now. Here we go. Add to stream. No, that's not it. My bad. Not the cover. Hold on. Let me put the cover up. I got it now. Hold on. That happens. Look, it's live. This happens sometimes. Let me share the cover. Hold on. Here we go. Drum roll. And this is the cover of covers. It took us a year to get here, and here we are.
Bop.
So thank you all for making this possible. Everybody who had a hand in this. You know, it's a lot of incredible people here, and there's more incredible folks who we didn't get to get on the cover here, but like just the journey has been this and more. So we got a lot of things planned, and I appreciate Musa for following his vision, continuing to like pour his heart and soul into this, because as much as I contribute, Musa is like 24/7 on the magazine and on like making sure everything's running smoothly and that we are growing. So, you know, I take comfort in the fact that I know that he's on top of the business side of it, so that I can just kind of be a part of the creative team and focus on what it means to create these amazing moments. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Paul. And I want to thank everybody. This is an incredible cover. It'll be out. We'll post it. And
Tonight,
we'll post it tonight. But thank you all once again for an incredible year. I guess, what is it? Oh, James Hicks. Thank you so much to your incredible team. Yeah, he just said happy anniversary. So he just, certain people were working, but we definitely sent you love, James and the team, Aaron Potts and Epperson, and there's tons of designers that he worked with, Black designers in Atlanta. That's one of his, that's his things, which I love. That is championing Black design. We're very much about that. And so thank you, James, for everything. And this is our anniversary cover. It's been an incredible year. I want to say, everyone, I wish you well. You know, all the best in the year to come, and that we stick together. We never forget that we are resilient, and that we have each other, and that, you know, we can do anything, you know, that we put our mind to. That was one of the key things, is that regardless of what goes on.
What happened? His connection dropped. Yeah, I think Musa's connection dropped. So I will definitely pick up for a second and say thank you to everybody. Hopefully Musa's connection comes back up. Yeah, there's this, here he comes maybe. Let's see what he got. I'll keep an eye out for him. There's this saying that came out of the protest movement that I loved. And it was a chant and you know, call and response. And it would be, the organizer would say, show me what community looks like. And then the crowd would say, this is what community looks like. So I feel like that's, you know, we've taken that to heart here. And I do know, when I look at everybody who's a part of the team, makeup and hair and stylists and background and BTS and video and everything, it's like, it is one lovely community that's made this possible. So we appreciate you all very much for supporting. And if I do not see Musa come back in a minute, I will just kind of think maybe, you know, he's off doing more work and getting ready for the next issue. So thank you all very much. And I appreciate Stephen. Thank you so much. All my family, my friends who showed up to support, I appreciate you all. And let's see if Musa texted me. I'm not sure what's up. But if not, let's see. Yeah, well, we'll say goodnight. And thank you all very much for being a part of the show. And from Musa and me, we'll see you in a year for sure. And if not, let's see. Here we go. Oh, Musa's back.
Happened to me, but anyway, I got cut off. I'm back. My internet got cut off. But I want to say, anyway, thank you guys. I hope you took over, Paul. Because you're not
really did. I mean, I
that's what you're talking about. I get it. He doesn't like to talk. He was like, let me cut his mic.
Nothing to do with it. But anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. We love you. I guess that's my time to say good night. But I love you guys so much, and we will see you next week. The next year continues. So thank you so much for joining the party. And once again, Live your life with passion.
With passion. Good night,
Have a
y'all.
great- Good night.